Right, now the South African Municipal Workers Union is weighing in on the city of Joburg's so-called political appointments. Samwu says the decision to dismiss at least 130 employees is illegal, unlawful and immoral. Mayor Mpho Phalatse last week revealed that the conversion of fixed-term contracts to permanent jobs by the previous administration was unlawful. Samwu held a media briefing to outline their plans a short while ago, and the union's Deputy Regional Secretary Thobani Nkosi joins me now to discuss this further. Thobani, we spoke to the mayor last week. We spoke to, for instance, the previous MMC for Finance, Matshidiso Mfikwe, yesterday. It seems there's no agreement now. So what's the way forward?
Good day, Masiko and the viewers at home. Indeed, with the seat of Johannesburg, politicians, particularly, which is the council, led by the executive mayor Mpho Phalatse, they are indeed misleading the society and the residents of Johannesburg in particular. So the only way forward that we've given them as an option is that they need to rescind those particular letters that they've distributed because they've unlawfully dismissed employees in the city. They've been going around lying, saying they just want to conversate with these particular employees, only to find out some of them they took tools of trade from them. So therefore, what they are doing, it's uncalled for. And two, they are not even giving valid reasons as to what is it that's irregular in what has happened.
So now the mayor seems to say that she believes that these appointments were political. She says that these are employees that would be loyal to the previous administration and not to her. What's your response to that? With the letters that you know your members received, were those political appointments according to you?
That's again a pure lie, because some of the employees that were appointed or converted from contract to permanent are employees that were employed in 2017. In 2017, the ANC was not in government, or that government of local unit led by the ANC. So therefore, the very same DA appointed these employees as fixed-term contractors, but when the government of local unity took over, they then converted all of them. And in a normal and an abnormal situation, sometimes this is what happens. The incoming administration will then decide to dismiss the said employees. So in this case, we believe that the DA only wants to create space for their own people. There's nothing they are fighting for.
So what they've been saying to the media, Mr. Nkosi, is that they are not necessarily giving people notices of, to tell them that they'll be dismissed. They're saying that they're giving them notices for a discussion to be held so that the employees let them know what needs to be done to rectify what they believe was unlawful, because they feel that if they don't, it'll come back to bite them.
What they are doing with those notices, there's a process in any workplace where if a person has transgressed, what you do, you send them a notice to make them aware of your investigations. But in this case, the said employees did not convert their own contracts. Somebody somewhere in human resource, senior management in the city of Johannesburg, they participated. We have a report before us. So therefore, what they are saying, they want to have a conversation with these employees. It's absolutely uncalled for. This is not their own doing. This is the doing of the very same institution through the administration. Because you look at the signatures in the report that was presented in 2020-2021, the previous city manager who left the city of Johannesburg signature is there. Human resource, their signatures are there on that report that made a recommendation to convert them. So this is not their own doing as employees.
It's just very strange, because what the executive mayor showed the media was what she said was an unsigned report. She didn't mention that there were any signatures on that report. So it's quite, it still needs to be investigated. So in terms of your way forward, will you be taking this matter legally? Will you be taking it up legally? Or will you start off with a protest or some type of stay away from work?
From where we are as the union, we are going to explore all avenues possible, be it the courts, the South African Local Government Bargaining Council, where we resolve issues in terms of administration, And two, if it means we must go to the streets, it means the streets have been calling us. Because each and every time the DA takes over, the first thing they do is to expel employees. They did that in 2017.
All right. Well, that's going to be quite interesting. And of course, we'll be following developments on that story. It's going to be an interesting labor issue, but potentially also legal. That was Samwu's Deputy Regional Secretary, Thobani Nkosi, speaking to us there.